Hello everybody, I hope you all are safe and fine. In this video, I will share a very important chapter of economics, theory of consumer behavior, which I will introduce with some important concepts, utility and marginal utility, relationship between total utility and marginal utility, law of diminishing marginal utility. These concepts we will need in part 2. We will discuss consumer's equilibrium in part 2. We will discuss for single commodity and two commodities. So let us start the part 1. First, you will see what is utility. Utility is the amount of satisfaction derived from the consumption of a commodity. It is measured in utils. So when you are eating something, your hunger is satisfied. When you are reading a book, your desire for knowledge is satisfied. You are getting utility. When you are watching a TV, so desire for entertainment or satisfaction for entertainment is there. So you're getting some utility when you are consuming a commodity. And this utility is measured in utils. Utility is variable first. Utility, different people can have different utility from the same good. It depends on the need, because the greater the need of a person, he or she will get more utility. So utility is variable. Utility is different from usefulness. When someone is smoking, he or she gets satisfaction by smoking. But is it useful? It is not at all useful. It is harmful. So utility is different from usefulness. A person may get utility, but may not be useful for the consumer. Now, what is total utility? When you are adding up all the utilities derived by the consumer, then you are getting total utility. So it is a total satisfaction derived by the consumer from the consumption of a given quantity of a commodity. So when a person is consuming unit 1, he is getting utility, which is denoted as U1. By consuming unit 2, he is getting utility 2. So when we are adding all the utilities, we are getting total utility. So it is a total satisfaction derived. Now, this utility concept has been propounded or has been given by two very famous economists, Alfred Marshall and J.R. Hicks. Alfred Marshall had the view that utility can be measured in absolute terms. That is, suppose there are 3 food items, so utility can be measured. That is, we get 35 utils by consuming French fries, 30 utils by consuming pizza, 25 utils by consuming burger. So cardinal utility has been propounded by Alfred Marshall. Cardinal utility means that the utility that the consumer gets from a unit of a commodity can be measured in absolute amount. So this numbers have been assigned, so it can be measured in absolute amount. But J.R. Hicks, he had different opinion. He said utility cannot be measured, it can be ranked or compared. So the French fries, which gives the maximum utility, it is ranked 1, pizza is ranked 2, and burger is ranked 3. So it can be compared or it can be ranked. So ordinal utility by J.R. Hicks implies that the consumer is capable of comparing the utility derived from different goods or different units of the same goods. So these are different goods. So the utility can be compared by giving the rank or by giving the preference. Now we come to marginal utility. It refers to the additional utility derived from the consumption of an additional unit of a commodity. Suppose here we have the quantities 1, 2, 3, 4. We have total utilities and marginal utilities. Let us see how do we find the marginal utility. Suppose you are consuming 1 unit of a mango. This is summer season, so you are having mangoes. Suppose by consuming 1 unit of mango, you are getting 18 total utilities. By consuming an additional by consuming an additional mango, you get TU as 24. That is, your total utility is increasing by consuming an additional unit of a mango. So how much is it increasing? It is 24 minus 18 is 6. Now, by consuming an additional unit, that is by consuming 3 units, your TU increases to 28. But how much is TU increasing? 28 minus 24 is 4. Similarly, 30 minus 28 is 2. So this is how we find marginal utility. MUN is equals to TUN minus TUN minus 1. Suppose we want to find MU4. MU4 is TU4 minus TU. 4 minus 1 is 3. So TU3 is 28. 30 minus 28 is 2. So it is an additional utility derived from the consumption of an additional unit of a commodity. So by consuming an additional unit, 3 to 4, he gets marginal utility as 2. So the change in total utility resulting from a 1 unit change in consumption is marginal utility. It can also be written as del TU by del X. Del TU is what? 30 minus 28 is 2. So del TU is 2 by del X. What is del X? 4 minus 3 is 1. So 2 by 1 is 2. It can also be found, suppose we want to find it for here, for 3 units. So del TU is 28 minus 24 is 4. 4 by 3 minus 2 is 1. So this is 4. MU is 4. We can find total utility by adding all the marginal utilities. So summation of marginal utilities gives us TU, that is total utility. Suppose we want to find TU for this 3. We will add 18 plus 6 plus 4, which gives us 28. We want to find total utility for 4 units. So how do we find 30? 18 plus 6 plus 4 plus 2. That is, we will add all the marginal utilities. We get 30. So TUN is summation MUN. Now relationship between TU and MU. Here we have the table. When quantity consumed is 0, TU is 0, MU is 0. When quantity is 1, TU is 10, MU is 10. That is no change in utility. When quantity is increasing to 2, TU is increasing to 18, MU is decreasing to 8. How do we get 8? 18 minus 10 is 8. Similarly, when quantity is 3, TU is increasing to 24, MU is 24 minus 18 is 6. When quantity is 4, TU is 28, MU is 28 minus 24 is 4. Now when quantity is 6, the total utility is 30, it is the same. So the marginal utility is 0 because the consumer has reached maximum satisfaction. That is, the consumer is completely satisfied with the commodity. Now when you give an additional unit of a commodity, the TU is increasing, that is total utility is decreasing and marginal utility is becoming negative. Okay, now this is a diagrammatic representation of the table. So here we measure TU on the vertical axis and here MU on the vertical axis in the second diagram and units consumed in the horizontal axis in both the diagrams. Now TU increases and MU keeps on decreasing. Now TU is increasing, but it is increasing at a decreasing rate. Now MU is decreasing. How do we know MU is decreasing? By seeing the downward sloping line, by seeing the negatively sloped line. So MU is decreasing and TU is increasing at a decreasing rate. You can see it from the table as well. TU is increasing, MU is decreasing. Now rate of increase in TU keeps on diminishing. We can see from the curve that TU is increasing, but the rate of increase is diminishing. Now 0 MU implies desire for this good is completely satisfied. This is the 0 MU because it is lying on the horizontal axis. So at this 0 MU, TU is maximum, that is, the consumer is completely satisfied. After this point, MU becomes negative and TU starts decreasing. TU is decreasing and MU is becoming negative. And when TU is increasing at a decreasing rate, then MU is decreasing but positive. Why positive? Because it is lying in the first quadrant, but it is decreasing MU. When TU is at maximum at this point, MU is 0. When TU is decreasing, MU is negative. When TU is decreasing after this point, MU is negative. I've drawn this straight line. You don't need to draw this straight line in the exam. I've shown you so that you can see the TU maximum and MU 0. This point is very important when you're drawing the diagram. In the previous slide, I've drawn the diagram little smaller because we have to write some points as well in the slide. Here I've drawn a big diagram, the same diagram. You can refer to it. TU is on the vertical axis, here MU in the vertical axis. TU is increasing at a decreasing rate. It is reaching the maximum and then it is decreasing. MU is decreasing, reaching 0 and then it is becoming negative. It's the same diagram. Now, what is law of diminishing marginal utility? The law states that as the amount consumed of a commodity increases, the utility derived by the consumer from the additional utility, from the additional units, that is MU, goes on decreasing. Because as more and more quantity of the commodity is consumed, the intensity of desire decreases. That is, the utility derived from the additional unit decreases. Suppose we are hungry and we eat mangoes. We get a more utility or high utility or large utility from the first mango because intensity of our hunger is very high. But when we eat the second mango, we derive a lower satisfaction because intensity of our hunger is reduced. As we go on eating mangoes, the intensity of our hunger goes on decreasing, and therefore the utility we derive from successive units goes on decreasing. That is law of diminishing marginal utility. Now, what are the assumptions? All units of a commodity must be same in all respects, in size, quality, design. Because if quality of a second unit is superior than the first, the consumer will get more utility from the second one. Unit of the good must be standard. That is a bottle of cold drink, a cup of water. Because if someone is having cold drink from a bottle, then second unit from a glass, that is second unit of cold drinks from a glass, then it will give different utility. So it must be standard. Units of the commodity should not be too small or too large. Otherwise, it will give different utilities. They should not be changed in taste during the process of consumption. If consumer's taste is changing, suppose he or she is having mangoes, then one apple and then mangoes, marginal utility may rise because he or she had apples in the middle of the consumption. There should be continuity in consumption. Suppose a person is taking a big break, then again he is returning to consume. Maybe he or she is more hungry. Then marginal utility will not decrease. So there should be continuity in consumption for law of diminishing marginal utility. And there should be no change in prices of substitute goods. Substitute goods are those goods, for example, tea and coffee. We can have either tea or coffee. So they should not be changing prices of substitute goods. Otherwise, a person may move from the consumption of tea to consumption of coffee. Then law of diminishing marginal utility will not operate if there's a change in price of substitute goods. Because if the price of tea falls, what happens? The consumer is consuming coffee, suppose. If the price of tea falls, the consumer will start consuming tea. So law of diminishing marginal utility will not operate because the person has shifted his consumption from coffee to tea. So law of diminishing MU will not operate. Thank you for watching my video. Do subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon because I will soon upload part 2 of the consumer's equilibrium. Bye bye. Have a great time.